Never sue the person who hit you after a car accident. I just got $100,000 for an accident I was in last month, and I didn't sue. I didn't have to go to...
And cut that coat.
Ancient Egyptians used hemp to make clothes.
Roll the corn.
There you go.
And
Other
cut that
materials
coat.
flax, producing linen out of hemp. Roll the corn.
Roll the
We
corn.
ain't doing all that punk to go viral.
Cut that coat.
Roll the corn.
Straight
We know
dead.
the truth now.
I don't need no help.
Now, yes, hemp was indeed used to make clothes by ancient civilizations. Cushites used hemp to make clothes. Roll the corn. Let me show y'all something. The Cushites made hemp, smoked hemp, and used hemp for clothing. This is a culture.
Smoking that hemp.
A mound building culture. Roll the corn. Let's keep going. Ancient Egyptians used hemp to make clothes. There you go. Other materials flax, producing linen out of hemp. Produce our own linen out of hemp, people. This ain't no Native American culture. This ain't no Egyptian culture. This ain't no Sumerian culture. This is our culture going over there. Who taught them this? Let's keep going. Roll the corn.
Cut the coat.
We ain't doing all that to go viral. Humans, right, who live exceptionally long or achieve great feats were deified, becoming gods and deities. People who lived longer, knew more advanced, became gods and deities. Let's keep going. Agriculture, right? Complex societies influence the development of mythology and religious beliefs. Agriculture, the people who rolled the corn became deities and started religious beliefs. Let's keep going. Strong link between advanced societal structures and development of mythology. Y'all came up with mythology after our people done all these great feats. Now y'all want to make everybody an alien. Everybody is God. Everybody is, y'all, you making our people that. Our people. That's what went on. That's what's going on out here, people. Advanced humans built mounds and pyramids, became gods. You see that? The theory that advanced humans built mounds and pyramids became, ain't no theory. That ain't no theory, that's the truth. Who are the people who done it first? They became the deities and the gods. Let's keep going. Right? Stronger health, better resources. Did live longer. We got better resources. We are stronger, taller, faster. We think better. We got the agriculture to build great people. That's why the oldest giants in the world, right here in America, roll the corn. In the world, Craig. In the world. Now, let's go look at hemp again. Let's look at hemp. Let's look at hemp. Hemp has been found in mounds in Europe. The discovery suggests that plants used in burial rituals and the importance of textiles in early European societies. In the mounds, hemp in Egypt, hemp in Egypt, America, Europe. Let's keep going. Roll the corn. Hemp being found in mounds specifically within Samaria is very limited, but there are strong evidence of hemp use and potential cannabis use in the broader region of Mesopotamia, which included ancient Sumer. This is a mound building culture. Building clothes, making clothes out of hemp, smoking hemp. Let's keep going. Hemp in Russia. There you go. Ancient cultures. There you go. Practices, beliefs. Hemp in these regions. Ancient Russia, Tartaria. In Siberia also, our people already had moved around the world before all these other cultures started moving. We was already putting hemp clothing, nice linen hemp clothing. Let's keep going. In Samaria, here you go. Yes, hemp has been found in mounds and ancient burial sites in Egypt. Don't you see the culture? Don't you see the culture? Growing hemp, making clothes out of hemp. Let's keep going. Hemp, the oldest fabric found in Japan. Hemp, the oldest fabric found in Japan, made out of hemp.
Japan.
Hemp culture
Mongolian.
of making clothes, the first linen
Yeah.
clothing with hemp. This is a mound building culture. Let's keep going. Yes, there's evidence of hemp being found in ancient burial mounds in China. The Chinese didn't put that there. The Chinese didn't put it there. The Japanese didn't put it there. The so-called Mesopotamian didn't put it in hemp. This is a culture going around building mounds with hemp and corn and spiritual beliefs and all of that. And this is where y'all got y'all culture from. All y'all around the world. Keep going. Hemp was used by ancient mound builders in North America. Right?
Ancient.
The Great Lakes, Mississippi River region. Right? Indicate the use of cannabis, potentially hemp, for various purposes. Now, when I go through the internet, they would not tell you that hemp is native to America. They ain't gonna tell you that because you're gonna figure out where in the hell the mound building culture came from to build all this stuff around the world. So they're gonna say hemp from Asia. Hemp is from Asia. Man, stop. Hemp ain't from no damn Asia. That's what they're gonna try to tell you. Let's keep going. Evidence suggests that hemp was present and utilized in ancient America, particularly by indigenous Americans. They cultivated and used hemp for various purposes in North America before the European settlers arrived. These people on the internet talk about Christopher Columbus brought hemp to America.
And we don't use indigenous anymore. This man gonna tell us what the real word is because they started to include Native Americans in the word indigenous. Usurping everything. I'm gonna learn that word. I tell you or some shit. I'm finna get that word. Let's get it.
Y'all done lost y'all damn man. Columbus ain't done a damn thing but came over here and got his ass took to jail. Roll the coat. Let's keep going.
This isn't insurance. With Redeem, monthly contributions go to real people's needs. It's simple.
Hemp was a vital part of the economy of the 13 colonies. Hemp is indigenous to Asia. That's what they try to tell you. Why is it already over here in the 13 colonies, but it's indigenous to Asia? It is indigenous to here. Hemp was the most important crop in America. How is it native to Asia? And it was here when y'all started 13 colonies. Y'all lying, bro. Y'all lying. Y'all know that hemp came from here, that copper came from here, that corn came from here. Everything y'all find in y'all country came from here. Let's keep going. Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, hemp. Talking about they had hemp fields. Look. Tools used to separate fibers from the stalk. Y'all all came over here and indigenous people already had hemp. Y'all started using hemp to make clothing also. Roll the cone. The founding fathers put the hemp. Stop it. Stop capping. Roll the cone. Stop capping. Here we go. Evidence of use of hemp in North America before the European invasion come from stories told by voyagers who reported seeing hemp growing along the shores and rivers as they explored the inland. Since one of the first brought by invaders was hemp, it might seem hard. See what I'm saying? Growing here first. However, the Europeans were so familiar with hemp, it was hard to believe there to be. Stop lying, man. Hemp throughout the ancient world and extensive in North America. Solid proof that indigenous people were making hemp fabrics thousands of years ago before y'all got over here. Roll the coal. And we find hemp in every place across the books. Every place across the books, right? Roll the coal. Now, I want to show y'all something else. Roll the coal. Al-Nasi. You see that? Al-Nasi. See this pyramid? See that? Al-Nasi. What's the other word for Al-Nasi?
Nothing.
Let me explain y'all something how they get the name of these cities. Let me explain to some how they get the name of these cities that we live in America. Al-Nasi, a.k.a. Nash.
Nashville.
People. Al-Nasi is a.k.a. Nash. Nash. What city is named after Nash?
Nashville. Tennessee.
Put it in the comments. What city is named after Nashville? Nashville. Nash is Al-Nasi. What is the Tennessee Titans logo? What is the Tennessee Titans logo, people? Put it in the chat. What is the Tennessee Titans logo? What does it look like? How many stars?
Wow.
How many you got? The Tennessee Titans, 3 stars. There you go, Dale. Roll the coin. Dale said 3 stars. You exactly correct. A+. Here go your 3 stars right here. Here go your 3 stars right here on the Tennessee Titans logo. Y'all think I'm making this shit up? There were mounds in Nashville aligned with Al-Nasi, people. There were mounds in Nashville where Centennial Park is aligned with Al-Nasi, which is Nash. Let me show you. Roll the corn. Nash.
Straight beans.
Star.
Cut their coat.
Al-Nasi. Al-Nas. A part of Sagittarius, right? The Nash star is Al-Nasi. Here's Al-Nasi, the Nash star with the 3 stars of this pyramid. This is where you get, they put mounds on the ground at Bicentennial State Park aligned with Al-Nasi. They call the town Nashville. The state flag has Al-Nasi pyramid right on the flag. These hunter-gatherers always stealing our information, but I got, look, the Nash Star condos out there, the Nash restaurant, the Nash, roll the corn. Where y'all got that from? Here you go. Nash. Ooh, that's fire. That's fire. That's Al-Nash. It's Nash. Nashville, Tennessee, sitting on ancient mounds. Roll the corn. Right there in the Bicentennial State Park. They be trying to act like these hunter-gatherers built these names and cities after what they believed in, but they went there and mapped out these mounds to the stars and named the city right after the Triangle of Nash. Let me show y'all the Tennessee Let me show y'all the Tennessee state flag. Show you the Tennessee state flag. Watch this. show y'all the Tennessee Let me show y'all the Tennessee state flag. Show you the Tennessee state flag. Watch this. The state flag. Watch this. Roll the coin. Roll the coin. Now, let's get a little deeper. Let's get a little deeper. The titans of mythology come from stars, people. The titans of mythology come from stars. Hunter-gatherers believe in titans. Titans come from the etymology of stars.
Not getting where you need to be? Learn more at lecvio.com.
Marjorie Taylor Greene has been attacking the President of the United States for months now. Finally, over the weekend, the President retaliated. We will get into that. Plus, we'll talk about the affordability crisis, what can be done, why are Democrats continuing to put pressure on Republicans to spend even more on Obamacare, how can we fix it? First, this is your last chance to win my personal lifetime membership. One winner will get all access for the rest of their life. Every benefit we offer now, everything we build next, yours for life. Here's how to enter. Download the free Daily Wire Plus app on iOS or Android and tap follow right under my face. That is your entry. And if you don't want to gamble on winning my personal membership, you can still claim one of the original 10,000 yourself. Fewer than 1,500 remain. Once those are claimed, it is over. Go to dailywire.com/lifetime to get all the details or to secure your place in Daily Wire history right now. Well, over the weekend, the long simmering feud between Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene and the President of the United States finally boiled over. So, Marjorie Taylor Greene has been attempting to run essentially her own knockoff version, her Timu version of MAGA. She's been out retailing it to The View. She's been out retailing it to CNN and MSNBC. She's become the hot new thing in the legacy media. You know, the Jewish space lady. That lady is the hot new thing with regard to legacy media. They now have strange new respect for Marjorie Taylor Greene because she has decided that she is going to attack Trump full time. We've been covering it on this show. Well, the president finally noticed, and President Trump put out a statement over the weekend slamming Marjorie Taylor Greene quite properly for trying to undermine his actual administration. He said on Truth Social, lightweight Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Brown, green grass turns brown when it begins to rot, betrayed the entire Republican Party when she turned left. This is Saturday morning. This is following Marjorie Taylor Greene's repeated attacks on President Trump, particularly over Jeffrey Epstein. Back on Friday, Marjorie Taylor Greene suggested on CBS that actually the President of the United States was attempting to protect.
The American people deserve to see transparency from their government. Rich, powerful people should not be protected. That is completely wrong. And it's a message to victims everywhere, victims of human trafficking and children who are trapped in terrible situations, that the government will not protect the predators, that we will work hard to protect the victims.
Now, again, it is ridiculous to suggest the President of the United States is trying to protect predators. And finally, the President of the United States had enough. This line, of course, has been retailed by a wide variety of people who are supposedly allies of President Trump, who have turned on President Trump using the Epstein files as a way of getting at him. We'll get to that in a moment because MTG is part of a broader splinter effort inside MAGA to take control of MAGA because they are angry at the president's policy decisions, and now they've decided to use Epstein as a wedge. And so the president withdrew his support for Marjorie Taylor Greene on Truth Social, suggested that he might, in fact, back a primary opponent to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Again, she would only be famous for her dumb Facebook post if it had not been for the President of the United States touting her, treating her as an ally, building her up. And then, of course, she got very angry because she wanted to run for Senate in Georgia, and he pointed out to her she was going to lose by 20 to John Ossoff if she ran for Senate in Georgia. This, of course, ticked her off. So President Trump finally lost it at her on Truth Social. He said I'm withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia. He said, all I see wacky Marjorie do is complain, complain, complain. He said, it seemed to all begin when I sent her a poll stating she should not run for senator or governor. She was at 12% and didn't have a chance, unless, of course, she had my endorsement, which she wasn't about to get. She has told many people that she is upset that I don't return her phone calls anymore, with 219 congressmen and women, 53 U.S. senators, 24 cabinet members, almost 200 countries, and an otherwise normal life to lead. I can't take a ranting lunatic's call every day. He then added, I understand that wonderful conservative people are thinking about primarying Marjorie in her district of Georgia, that they too are fed up with her antics, and if the right person runs, they will have my complete and unyielding support. She has gone far left, even doing the View with their low IQ Republican-hating anchors. So Marjorie Taylor Greene was excited about this because she's attempting, again, to run an anti-Trump campaign inside the Republican Party. And so she responded by saying, President Trump just attacked me and lied about me. Always playing the victim, Marjorie Taylor Greene. I haven't called him at all, but I did send these text messages today. Apparently, this is what sent him over the edge, the Epstein files. And of course he's coming hard after me to make an example, to scare all the other Republicans before next week's vote to release the Epstein files. It's astonishing, really, how hard he's fighting to stop the Epstein files from coming out, that he actually goes to this level. But really, most Americans wish he would fight this hard to help the forgotten men and women of America who are fed up with foreign wars and foreign causes, are going broke trying to feed their families, and are losing hope of ever achieving the American dream. That's what I voted for. I have supported President Trump with too much of my precious time, says Marjorie Taylor Greene, too much of my own money, and fought harder for him even when almost all other Republicans turned their back and denounced him. But I don't worship or serve Donald Trump. I worship God. Jesus is my savior, and I serve my district, GA14, and the American people. I remain the same today as I've always been, and I will continue to pray this administration will be successful because the American people desperately deserve what they voted for. For me, I remain America first and America only. And then she included a couple of texts that she sent to the president about Jeffrey Epstein. Now, this is not true. What she is saying here, that the president is trying to cover up the Epstein files, the president made absolutely clear, actually, on Sunday, that that was not the case. He put out a truth social in which he said, as I said on Friday night aboard Air Force One to the fake news media, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide. And it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetrated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, including our recent victory on the Democrat shutdown. The Department of Justice has already turned over tens of thousands of pages to the public on Epstein, are looking at various Democrat operatives, Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summers, etc., and their relationship to Epstein. And the House Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. I don't care. All I do care about is that Republicans get back on point, which is the economy, affordability, where we are winning big, our victory on reducing inflation from the highest levels in history to practically nothing, bringing down prices for the American people, delivering historic tax cuts, gaining trillions of dollars of investment into America, a record, the rebuilding of our military, securing our border, supporting criminal illegal aliens, etc., etc., etc. Let's start talking about the Republican Party's record-setting achievements, said the president on Truth Social, and not fall into the Epstein trap, which is actually a curse on the Democrats and not us. Make America great again. Okay, so again, Marjorie Taylor Greene kept saying over and over that it was all about the Epstein files. So here she was over the weekend talking with CNN's Dana Bash.
What do you think happened? What do you think is the reason for this?
Unfortunately, it has all come down to the Epstein files, and that is shocking.
Okay, and then she went on in the same interview to slam President Trump for calling her a traitor, even though, again, she has spent the last several months just beating up on President Trump over and over and over.
The most hurtful thing he said, which is absolutely untrue, is he called me a traitor, and that is so extremely wrong, and those are the types of words used that can radicalize people against me and put my life in danger.
Okay, so again, the new line that's being retailed by people like Marjorie Taylor Greene is that criticism of her puts her life in danger. Okay, the President of the United States disagrees. Here's the President responding to that particular idea.
Her life could be at danger because of the rhetoric.
Her life is in danger? Who's that?
Marjorie Taylor Greene, he says.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't think her life is in danger. Frankly, I don't think anybody cares about her.
All right, coming up, more on Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey, Steve Bannon, the collective of people who are attempting to hijack President Trump's MAGA movement first. And all the time, I've been endorsing Pure Talk, my wireless company. I can say I've never seen an offer like this from them before. Listen to this. Unlimited talk, unlimited text, unlimited data with a 30-gig hotspot for just $29.95 a month for life. Friends, this is Pure Talk's top tier plan, normally $65 a month, now through December 7th, just $29.95 a month. You're saving over 50% every month for life. Yes, that's on their crazy fast 5G network. This offer is extremely short-lived. Make the switch today and tell all of your friends. Go to puretalk.com/Shapiro for Pure Talk's best unlimited plan for just $29.95 a month for life. And I count on Pure Talk for all my phone calls. They have excellent coverage, lowest price, and they're a company that shares our values. Make the switch in as little as 10 minutes. Keep your phone, keep your number, start saving with unlimited for life for just $29.95 a month. Again, that's puretalk.com/Shapiro to switch to my wireless company, Pure Talk. Taxes and fees not included. Some restrictions apply. See puretalk.com for details. Offer ends 12/7/25. Head on over to Pure Talk.
That's why they call the football team the Tennessee Titans. Roll the corn. Hunter-gatherers use star alignments that they didn't know nothing about, turn it into mythology, and give it back to you as if it is true. Titans come from star constellations. That's why they call them the Tennessee Titans. This is their logo. Coming from the Nash star of Sagittarius. Right there. And they know it. Watch this. Let me get one more receipt. Watch this. Roll the corn. Give me a 2. 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 There are mounds in Nashville. Bicentennial State Park sits on a natural spring, people. A natural spring. Mound builders tapped into natural springs. They put that Bicentennial State Park right on top of the Nash Mounds in Tennessee. And they act like it ain't even was never there, it never existed. There are ancient columns, Corinthian columns, still in the park. There are Corinthian columns still in the park in Bicentennial. They cut them up. They cut them down. Let me show you. Columns still in the park in Bicentennial. They cut them up. They cut them down. Let me show you. Roll the corn. Look how they cut them down. People. Look how they cut the damn column down. Look at that. Ancient culture was right there. Watch this. Look. Roll the corn. Look. Roll the corn. See that? That's where the mounds was, people. Right where they put them garbage ass 3 stars. Don't you see the pattern? You see it? Probably some spring water close by. Carolina, you're exactly right. Here you go right here. Whoa. Natural spring sits under this. This ball rotates with water coming out of it. Right here. Roll the corn. You're exactly right. Let's go back and look at it again. Look at that. right here. They knocked them down, put the state park right there, put the 3 stars in the middle, act like wasn't nothing ever there. The Nash triangle. The Nash triangle. Roll the coin. Let's look at it again. Let's check out the Nash triangle again. Here we go right here. Fire. Nash. This is the star name. El Nasser. Right? Nash is El Nasser. Fire. Fire. This is what they do to our country. This is what they do to our country. Give me a 2 if you hear me. Give me a 2 if you hear me. Give me a 2. This is what they do to our ancient cities. They put state parks on top of ancient culture, put the star alignment, they're naming after the star alignment, and they give it right back to you like it's a new city. Roll the coin. There were burial mounds right out here with these columns, people. Burial mounds right out here with these columns. Our people. Our people. They go to 3 stars on the ground right there. It was 3 stars with columns all around the mounds.
Investigating HLH is a podcast series that will discuss a number of different topics related to hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis, also known as HLH, a rare and fatal disease of immune system dysregulation. Join us to hear from experts in the field about how it was.
They tore the mound down, kept the they put them new columns up there, but here go the old ones right here. They moved them out of there. But I want y'all to realize what this is when you go there. This is Kodesh. This is Kodesh. This is ancient culture of melanated people in America with equinoxes and solstices aligned with these stars, people. Now you got a civil rights memorial, a World War II memorial. See what I'm saying? The path of history. Now that's the path of souls. That's the path of souls. Ain't no path of history. the pathway of his. That's the pathway of souls out there. You know, pathway of history. Roll the coin.
We deal with souls.
We know the truth now.
Yeah.
It was something else I was looking at.
Soulful.
Let me see what I was looking at.
Soulful people.
Something I was checking out about the Silver Pharaoh. Something else I was looking at. Roll the coin. Yesterday receipts. Let me see. Now, okay. This is something I want to show y'all. Now, I want y'all to look at the headdress, right? Look at the headdress. Like a cone, people. You see that? This is called the head jet of Upper Egypt. This is Ramses II. Ramses II.
To y'all people that can remember Saturday Night Live when they was talking about the cone heads and making them be aliens, even turned them white. Where the cone head shit come from? It was a headdress, and it developed into what we see in Egypt. Man, these people on our land, man, that's why I don't do no planning, and we ain't on no fucking planet. It's a flat earth. We look up into the stars. We look up into the stars. We look up into the stars. We look up into the stars and get that shit back up there. That shit ain't fuck with it. Get that shit back up there. We look up into the stars. Things grow up to the sun. Ain't no planet, man. This is Mother Earth. This is Mother Earth. Let's go.
Of Upper Egypt. This is Ramses II. Ramses II wore a head jet because he was from Upper Egypt, right? Right? Let me show y'all something. You see that, right? Let's go back and look at an artifact coming out the mound that I want y'all to look at. It's very, very, but it's old, but you can get the picture of what I'm talking about. Right? Let me show y'all something. Y'all see the head jet, right? Check that out. The head jet. Now let's go back. Now look at this artifact. Look at this. You see that cone shape? See that cone-shaped headdress on the mound builders? That's a melanated man, bro. Stop playing. Do you see the cone head, the cone
headdress
on a melanated artifact coming out the mound? Shout out to Casey Macon for this receipt. Casey Macon, shout out to him for this receipt. So these are artifacts they're not going to show us. Look how beautifully made this is. This is an ancient mound builder artifact. Look at the headdress, like a cone. Right? Let's go back to Egypt. Now, the reason I'm showing y'all this is, this culture goes together. One is just way older than the other one. After you evolve, the headdress becomes with the snake in the front and all of that. But why are mound builders wearing the same style cone head jet? And you can tell these artifacts I'm showing you are way older. Way older, right? Let's look at that again. This stuff is way older. But look at the way the face is structured on the, look at the nose knocked off. Look at the nose knocked off, just like in Egypt. They knocked the nose off our statues. So we can't even tell, you know, roll the corn, tell, you know, roll the corn. This comes from America. This comes from America. Right? Now, what's interesting about this right here is, this is where they found the silver pharaoh, right? This is where they found the silver pharaoh, in this area right here. The silver pharaoh. Silver not from Egypt, people. Silver is not from Egypt, people. Ancient Egypt did not have no silver to make a silver pharaoh. How do they have a silver pharaoh with, it is just as expensive as King Tut tomb? The silver pharaoh in this area in Upper Egypt. Ain't no silver there. So when I research it, they say it comes from East Asia.
This is the absolute best phone holder for your car. Your phone clips right into it and it attaches to your rear view mirror. So if you have a rear view mirror, this is for you. You don't have to worry about trying to attach it to your vent or your cup holder or taking up space anymore. It's hands-free. It has a 300.
They say it comes from East Asia. They say it comes from East Asia. But this silver mine that they're talking about in Asia they just started working in that silver mine a couple hundred years ago, right? A couple hundred years ago. How is a couple hundred years ago silver mine making pharaohs from BC times tombs? It don't make no sense. That silver coming from America, people. That's the only place I can see it. We got silver in the Grand Canyon. We got silver in California. We got silver all over the West Coast. So that silver did not come from Egypt, and how the hell did it get over there? That's the thing we're trying to figure out. I'm working on it. Roll the corn. That's a very deep conversation. But that silver not from there. It is not from there. So I want y'all to research this. The silver pharaoh, and I didn't even get all my receipts, but the silver pharaoh is very, very interesting because it does not. There's no silver in Egypt nowhere near there. They try to say it came from Asia, but we all know that Asia, man, when I researched it, it's not even. They ain't pulled enough silver out of it to make nothing in ancient time. It's not old enough, right? So that's what I want to show y'all today, man. The mound building culture had hemp, copper, and that copper coming from the Midwest. All of these different stones are the same in the mounds. All of the symbolism is the same. Everything is the same from our ancient culture moving around the world. That's why I like to show y'all that. Hemp is in Egypt, Samaria, ancient China, ancient Asia, ancient America. But we got Hopewell had hemp, right? The Mississippian culture used hemp for linen. It was all in Virginia in the mounds, at the Grave Creek mounds, linen made out of hemp. So that is a culture. That is our culture. And YT people got rich off hemp also. They got rich off hemp. Every crop we originated with in America, they got rich off of it. Hemp, cotton, corn, tobacco, all of it. Right? So y'all got any questions about anything, hop in the guest box. Hop in the guest box. Or if y'all got any receipts or anything like that, just hop in there. But I'm still studying Nashville. I'm still on Nashville. It was some, and they also have a silver, haru. It's a silver haru that was found over there too. Large silver haru. Found, let me get some pictures of it so I can show you. Silver haru that was found over there too. Large silver haru. Found, let me get some pictures of it so I can show you. Fire. This is fire. This is fire. Y'all see that? Fire. Now what makes the silver pharaoh interesting was silver coffin, silver, this is the pharaoh's name right here. Susinis, silver pharaoh. Ain't no silver in Egypt. In ancient times, only two places with silver.
Not pseudo.
Asia
I know that's real.
and America. And we all know we have a bigger, way better connection to Egypt than any other place in the world. Look it up.
Bloodline.
Where they get this silver from? So they hide this. They don't want you to study the silver pharaoh because the silver pharaoh breaks down that these metals was coming from America. Right? Let's go look at Horus. Fire. See it? Silver pharaoh, fire. Fire. Look at that. Beautiful. That silver did not come from Egypt. That silver came from either America or Asia. And 9 times out of 10, y'all already know it came from America. Because Egypt did not have silver back in these times when they built this. Roll the corn. Indigenous, you got a question or a comment? What's up?
Here we go.
Hop in the guest box, y'all have a question or a comment.
Greetings, brother God. Greetings.
Well, what's up, bro?
Hey, first of all, salute, hat out to you for carrying this torch, this flame, this eternal flame that you carry. Look, with all the lies that we are debunking,
yeah,
Egypt, ancient Egypt,
yeah,
East Asia, all that is talking about the same place, and that is America.
Yeah.
So when they say ancient Egypt had a silver pharaoh and the silver came from Asia, if you look at older maps, America was once known Asian. That's why we was the Asiatic black man.
Yeah.
So they telling us, I say again?
Asia Minor and all of that, yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, that's why they say Asia.
So the
Minor.
directional cross,
when they
is
tell
this
us
really the east over here? Because
we
that
was Asia
direction across
Major.
got east
Like we
over
was
here on
India
Channel
superior.
Time.
Like they telling us the truth, but they lie to us because we don't know our ancestors' truth. But basically, they telling you the truth. Yeah, it is ancient Egypt, but this is ancient Egypt. It came from Asia because this is Asia. So they really tell us the truth. But it's individuals and
Because it's
grown
really the
men
east
with
instead of the
connections
west.
to the ancestors like
It's really
you
the eastern world.
that are waking us
Channel
up
Time.
and reminding us that they never lied to us. We just didn't have the connection to know the truth from these stories they're making up.
Yeah, they killed.
Thank you very much, King.
Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. Thank
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Y'all follow indigenous. Follow indigenous. You're exactly right. They kept us in the dark about what they found, the materials that was used, all of the things that they coming out of these mounds and pyramids are exactly the same. Some are just older. And one thing else about the Silver Pharaoh, he was wearing kilos of lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli, right? And that is also found in on the west coast of America. He was wearing kilos of this on his neck inside of the tomb. So it's very interesting that ain't no silver in Egypt, and we have this massive silver tomb. This is a whole sarcophagus, people, all the way to his feet. You say, what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that the silver that made this pharaoh came from a whole other area of the world. Where did it come from? If these were independent people, not from with no
Acknowledgement
from another
of
culture,
America.
why are they using
Silver.
silver on sarcophagus?
It ain't got none. Shit, fuck you mean what it mean?
Using silver on sarcophagus. It's not from their land, bro. Marcus, what's up? Let me get one question.
I'm on the phone. I would like to know how will I go by researching something? What I really want to research is the history, how it looked when they first got here, when white people first came to America. How did the Americans look? Because I'm looking at some of these buildings, and then they riding horse and buggy. There's no way they could have built these buildings, you know. Right. And when they do a movie, it's like Columbus came to a new land, and all you see is forests. You know, trees and mountains. You don't see no structure. But in these pictures where they didn't put a 1 in front of the address or whatever, a 1 in front of the year that the building was built, and it's obvious that's what they did. Right. I mean, how did America look? It had to be a civilization here. You know, it couldn't be how they described it, man.
Let me show you. Mound builders built cities of Egyptian brick. We had cities already built out of brick in this country when these people came. A lot of these granite and limestone buildings are already here, and what's the connection is all of the quarries and mines that they mine today in America. Those were the same places the mound builders pulled limestone and granite out of to make these buildings. When they had evolved to make so-called Tartarian style buildings, mound builders evolved to do it, right? So when we got here, there was magnificent cities already here. Atlanta, New York, San Francisco, St. Louis, Chicago, Miami. It was already, that's where these old buildings come from. housing code to evolve and start building buildings out of either Egyptian style adobe bricks, or they built it out of limestone and granite. And they pulled that granite right out of the ground, shipped it to these areas, and built these buildings. That's why we still but when they got here, that bloodline of people was dressed nice. Like I said, they already was making linen, different color linens. They was making everything out of plants, right?
Right.
So we was wearing plant linen. You can dye different colors. I even read about the mound builder in West Virginia buried a different color linen made out of hemp with a headdress on to match it. I'm talking about beautiful things that the Smithsonian got that they won't show us. But we was already dressed nice. We already had buildings. The mounds were for more ceremonial and burial purposes. But mounds are found outside of Tartarian style buildings. Research Grave Creek Mound. Where they found
Grave Creek?
Yeah, Grave Creek in West Virginia. And it has a penitentiary right behind it, a Tartarian style building that they turned into a jail in West Virginia. All of it go together.
Okay. You also did a segment on, it was some building in Chicago, but I know the limestone came from like southern Illinois.
Yeah.
And once again, they showing horse and buggy, people standing on the steps, like you said, you can see right through them. And so, if you got a horse and buggy, there's no way that you can bring that much material that far, that heavy,
exactly.
and with no crane, stack it up. It don't make sense.
There you go. Those pictures are Photoshop.
Yes.
They're Photoshop. They put
something ain't right.
With a horse and a carriage, acting like they built it, but they don't have the technology. They still didn't have the technology to build those buildings in the 1400s here. Not them.
Exactly.
So they were found. Because these places go underground. Like the way these Capitol buildings are built, the granite goes underground. 15
by the way.
They got basements and everything. So this type of structure is almost impossible.
You know where you said something about all you have to do is look up like every Capitol building in every state, and it pretty much been caught on fire. So it didn't look like they were reconstructing it. They were either tearing it down or there was a reason. But you showed one building that they was building, and it was like they started building it in 1889. They were done in 1891. There's no way you could have built a building this big in 3 years, and it take longer now to build it out of lighter material, But you gonna tell me you built what was it? I think it was a ballpark or something. You saying that they trying to say they built it in 3 years? That's impossible.
Impossible.
For where this material came from, it would take you longer than 3 years to go get the material.
It's impossible.
Impossible.
I just saw a video on TikTok where this woman took a picture of some type of melanated Sumerian man on the side of the buildings in Waco, Texas.
Wow.
Looking just like an Anunnaki, right?
Yeah. Anunnaki is black people.
They're mound buildings, right?
Right.
So,
Ain't no aliens.
There ain't no aliens. I need to go find a picture of that and pull it up. But that's the mound building culture that's evolving the building.
Evolving. Right.
They got them all inside the building still today in America. Because see, people didn't believe that theory when I told them that they were mound builders. But but the old books I read showed me that if people came there building mounds and irrigating the rivers and stuff like that, and they the alien teaching, but it's not true.
Right. Me and my wife, we went to Troy, Michigan, because I wanted to go inside of the White Chapel. They wouldn't let us in. Something was going on that day. But it was some people's in there though. but they wouldn't let us in. It was something, they were doing something or whatever. I wanted to see the inside of it. And I asked a white lady, she was kind of old. And I said, wow, man, the people who built this building had to be geniuses. She said, oh yes. Yeah. So I said to her, I hope you know that this is black man engineering, black man knowledge and agriculture. She just would not agree to that. She was like, there's no way a black person could have did that. But why you got melanated people and they not made and stuck to the wall. It looked like they are carved in the wall when they made the wall. It's all one stone. That's what it looked like to me.
It's copper.
But I wanted to go inside.
One part is copper, right?
Okay.
The work, and you know the mound builders worked all the copper out of the Midwest. See, all of it goes together. I think I got a picture of it than what you're talking about.
But that White Chapel, that is a nice looking building, man. And what tool did they use to make it so precise? Because one side is exactly the other side. And you telling me that building that old and y'all had that technology? Something don't add up with that.
You can go right here. See, this is copper.
Yeah. Oh, that's copper.
Inside of the building with the locks.
Right. That's the
White Chapel.
Yeah, that's the picture I saw on your podcast right there. Those are dreadlocks hanging off of that, man.
Those are dreadlocks. And then they also, it's porcelain statues in there also with like a young melanated woman with locks.
Okay.
In their building also. And then it has all of the Sumerian, symbols on the building too, like the griffin, the swan, and all of this. See, all of that comes from mound builders. Same stuff coming out the mound, but they evolved up to building these buildings. That's why I try to show people the symbolism. The griffin was once the piazza bird.
Right. I've been following you that long.
Right.
But I'm in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we have a hockey team called the Grizzlies, and they don't even know the history of it, bro. I mean, you just called yourself a Grizzly because somebody said you're a Grizzly. Bro, look it up, man. I'm the type person, true, I want to know everything about anything. If I learn something, I want to know everything about it. Just one last thing I want to ask you.
Okay.
This is something I want to do, man.
Okay.
Slavery was very ugly. But there's one thing about slavery they would not speak of, they won't put it on TV, and that is the breeding plantation. I want to research that. I want to bring that to life, man, because from what I've gathered so far, some of the young girls, as soon as they started the administration, they were put in a pen, to be bred. And some of these kids were 10, 9 years old who came on the administration and had to bear children until they couldn't bear no more. I mean, that's an ugly truth. But I really want to do the research on that. So I don't know if there's a way I can go to Mississippi to get public records, old records. I don't know how to do that, and I really want to bring that to life to people.
They have there are plantations all over Mississippi that they let people go in there and research it with research in there. There's a very that subject so touchy. Yeah, I saw some research on it, but it's not enough for me to, like you said, it's hard to find.
So we were going to give this to our son this year for Christmas as a stocking stuffer, but honestly, we're probably going to keep it to ourselves. This is way too cool.
Just to watch what it can do. These flyer ups
No notification.
back to your hand every single time they're thrown.
This bitch ass, and I want to say fuck you, YouTube.
And if you're seeing this right
I'm
now,
gonna go on your shit
slice of pizza, so definitely check them out.
and rerun that shit while I go to sleep, cause that's what I do, bitch. Truth don't need no help. And we know the truth now.
This thing's a total game changer.
Uncle Fed, flat earth discussion. Flat earth discussion. AKA cheap cut the coke.
And yeah, my kids haven't stopped.
And goddamn it, I said roll that motherfucking corn.
Setup, no frustration, just pure
Boom.
fun. Oh, and check the orange link below. Huge discount right now. Grab it before it's gone.